I am Tamika Chambers, and there are many things I can tell you about me. I have many titles: prophet, teacher, author, deliverance minister, wife, mom. But my favorite and highest title, the most important one to me, is daughter of God. I lead a ministry called God on the Rise. It's a prophetic deliverance ministry that exists to lead believers back to the heart of God in deeper relationship and authentic intimacy with His heart. If you have a genuine hunger for God, if you want more of God, and if there's just a burning in your heart because you have to have more of Him, this is the place for you. See, what I had discovered is that there were many people who actually wanted genuine and authentic relationship with God, but they had no idea where to start. There were people who were stuck and who just didn't know how to move forward. People who had been in relationship with God, but they drifted away from Him and didn't know how to come back. God on the Rise as a ministry started back in December of 2021, when I heard the Lord say to me that He is leading His people back to His heart. So I started out with a corporate fast where I invited a group of people to join me in fasting and to just go deeper with God. This turned into the Back to His Heart fast that I then started to do every month. That turned into live prophetic prayer sessions on an app called Clubhouse. It turned into teachings, just many different avenues to create spaces for people to have encounters with God and to just be introduced to Him in a new way, to have encounters with His heart that they had never had before. Now fast forward to 2024, and right now today, God on the Rise ministry has expanded beyond what I thought it was going to do. I've learned two lessons leading this ministry, and number one is that God's mission is bigger than mine. It always goes beyond what my natural eyes can see. And number two, there are so many more people than I realize that are genuinely and truly hungry for God. God on the Rise ministry is really an answered prayer for people who just need to get unstuck in their relationship with God, or for those people who want relationship with God, but they just don't know where to start. I once was one of those people. Even though I grew up in a Christian family, I grew up as a pastor's kid, I always struggled with feeling like there just had to be more than what I was experiencing. I knew of God. I'd heard about Jesus. I'd heard the Holy Spirit mentioned here and there. But one thing that I did not learn is that I could have a relationship with God. One thing that I did not know is that I could have a genuine and intimate and close personal relationship with Jesus. I did not know that the Holy Spirit was meant to be a companion that walks with me and guides me through everyday life. Now that I've had an encounter with God, now that I've experienced His love, now that I know how much He truly loves me and how much He truly wants to be involved in my everyday life, I am passionate now to lead people into the same experience with God that I now have. See, I used to be one of those people who believed that I needed to earn His love, that if I messed up, God was just sitting somewhere way high up and way far off, and if I messed up, I just wouldn't qualify and I would spend an eternity in hell because He wasn't really concerned about my everyday life. But now I know that that's not the case at all. But because I lived so long in that place, because I lived so long in a place of confusion, insecurity, hopelessness, just a life without God, a life without the relationship with God that I didn't know that I could have, I spent so much time wondering how to get there, wondering what was missing. I spent so much time living a pointless life, feeling like I was never going to get anywhere and nothing was ever going to change. I want now to be able to create a space for people to have those experiences with God, to have those intimate moments with God, to be able to meet Him and to see His face, to meet Him one-on-one, to have that close personal relationship with Jesus, to hear the Holy Spirit speak to you on a regular basis, because God is always speaking to His people. We're just not always in a position to hear Him. This is God on the Rise. Think of the most beautiful sunrise that you've ever seen in your entire life. So the sky is dark, you're just looking around, there's no light whatsoever, and then all of a sudden, way off in the distance, you see a little bit of light. And then it gets brighter and brighter as the sun gets higher and higher, as the sun begins to rise. When you couldn't see your way before, now everything is just illuminated around you. This is what it's like to have a relationship with God. This is why God on the Rise was born. to bring people into that experiences of having God rise in their lives and become brighter and brighter and brighter until He is their focus, until He is the prize that they're searching for, until they experience Him in such a way that from then on out, nothing is ever the same. They're a brand new creature. They wake up in the morning feeling like, if I don't have God, if I don't experience God, my entire day is not going to go right. This is why God on the Rise exists. So if you have been searching for God, who have been searching for that deep, close, personal, intimate relationship with God, that close personal relationship with Jesus, and to be able to hear the Holy Spirit speak to you like a friend, like a companion, you're in the right place. I'm glad you're here.